sheets, and at the same time, if you want a general stuff like how we can improve, that also I can present you. So whatever way you want to proceed, we can proceed. As this is a general session, so I believe that all participants will join in this single call, and what will happen that they all will be from different categories. So the suggestion, or you can say the ideas, may not be fit for other categories, right, other groups. So exactly, if so I first I want to get from you that how you want to go proceed. Should I start with providing you a general stuff like how you can improve that, or you want me to go one by one and then we can discuss some of the improvement points? Because see, your exhibits on internet, so it will take some time to download, and so please bear with me on that time, because all exhibits are not in front of me as of now. I have to open that from link.
Sir, let's go by a general viewpoint that how we can improve our exhibits. How about one frame, and how to expand one frame to three frame? What sort of material should be used? Because in my exhibit, I have only used stamps. So I was thinking whether I can use postcards and what combination of material should I use? Because I was
Okay.
thinking if I use more of special covers and first day cover, it would not be good. So in general, I just wanted to understand what kind of material should be there in one frame and in three frame exhibit.
See, this is a good question. Specifically, when you ask one frame and multi frame, this is a big confusion also in many of the participants. First, you please try to understand one frame cannot be uh, extended to multi frames. One frame should be always a one frame. So whenever you choose any subject, whenever you select any subject and which you can't extend to multi frames, then and then only it can be a one frame exhibit. So just take an example. If there is a any sports field as a thematic you are choosing, and you think that you can start with one frame, uh, and again, if participants are youth, for them there is no such constant, like they can have a one frame, two frames, and which is fine according to their age group. And as this was in district level, so we were very liberal in terms of marking based according to the at the district standard. So but whenever you are participating in one frame, please make sure that it cannot be uh, converted into multi frames or five frames, right? So if you are making like the postal stationery of post independence, because it's a huge subject, you can't put it in one frame. So similarly, apart from one exhibit in one frame, I found that all those can easily converted into five frames, so they are not falling under one frame category, exactly speaking. But as this was a district exhibition, so which is fine for now people those who have just started, or they have just uh, 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 just was doing learning, etc. So that's fine. Yeah. uh, if Let me do one thing. I will share my screen with you, and I will give you some general guidance. So I hope, I think Varun have raised question. Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening, sir. So thank you very much for your time and effort. So this is in fact related to the. Can you? Am I audible?
Yes, yes, you are pretty much
Yeah.
audible.
So
Yes.
it's actually in reference to the Indian Army Second World War.
Mhm.
Now, what I felt is that I actually needed some advice from you that in terms of the material, how to
Mhm.
curate that material to keep it sharp, and also the narrative or the text, which I desperately need to reduce. But in some areas, I get confused that what is relevant, what is not relevant. Because I'm also a student of Indian military history, so I get a little carried away.
Mr. Varun, thanks for this, and let me open the sheet. I think mm, you got 91 marks, right, on
Yes,
that
sir.
front.
Right, sir. Right, sir.
So the first point from my side, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. See, I believe, what I have started. I thought, maybe I will give one generic thought in the beginning, so that it can be relevant to all participants,
Certainly,
and then,
certainly,
I can ask, one by one. I
certainly,
think
certainly,
I think that would be much more fruitful for everyone.
certainly, certainly,
So,
certainly.
let me share my screen, and
Please.
give me some general thought, and then we can talk about few exhibits
Certainly,
independently.
certainly. Thank you.
Please let me know when you can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
It is
Yes,
defining
we are
the
able to see
exhibit.
it.
It is defining the exhibit and scope. Right. So this is a very large presentation. I'm not going to cover in terms of the general thing. What I am going to focus on the few key points, right? So the most important aspect, which is exhibit purpose and scope. So here I have explained with help of some examples. So in many of the exhibits which we have evaluated specifically in this exhibition, so defining the scope is a very important, right? Defining the scope of your exhibit, right? So these are the two examples where we are saying the purpose of this exhibit to show the varieties and the use of British India official wrapper. So what exhibitor is saying, British India, he have defined its geography, right? British India official, again the category within it, and the wrappers, which is a type of you can say item inside that particular stationery, right? So he was very precise in terms of it. In general, whenever you are creating any title, you please try to make sure that you are defining as a country, period, or maybe its form, right? Availability or function. So here what the function is a wrapper. So of course, similar thing will go into thematic also. Whenever you are choosing any subject, its title should be in a manner that you can define your entire exhibit from that particular title itself. So then we come towards defining the scope. Now this should be the second para, right? The title, after the title, you can have some few lines on introduction, and then you should move on the scope, defining the scope. So scope, where you are defining boundaries of your exhibit, like this I am covering, this is not, right? So what will happen, that the jury will find only those items which you have defined, right? So in this particular example, like the exhibitor has said, like dyes varieties, printing error varieties, watermark, those all are within scope, right? At the same time, what he is explaining specifically, my special emphasis has given to the unusual uses. For this, British India were printed for convention state and other countries like British India and Zanzibar is out of scope, because he have explained here that those were not part of British India, those were external countries, right? And those are no longer considered in British India station. He have given this thing. So he have defined scope and its boundary in a manner so that jury can understand what he have to evaluate. Then another thing, purpose and scope. In the purpose of scope, like this is mostly for each type of categories, whether it's a postal history or a postal stationery. It varies it's very depend category to category. So as this example is from the postal history, so they are saying that the primary focus should be on stationery and the secondary focus should be on history. Similarly, on postal history side of exhibit should give the more focus on history aspect of it, and at the same time, just like thematic, it should focus on their thematic and their entire you can say the timeline or the path of that exhibit, how he is evolving his exhibit from from chapter 1 to chapter n. So it should tell that type of story. Now these are the judging criteria. I believe everyone is aware about it. So in most of the cases, this is the judging criteria apart from thematic and youth class in most of the categories, right? So treatment is 20 and philatelic importance is 10, altogether 30. Philatelic related knowledge and personal study research 35 points. Condition and rarity is the altogether 30, presentation is total 5. Again, this is example of postal stationery, and traditional and history and revenue, they are also having the similar type of classification, while classification for thematic and youth, it is different. So we have, and this is for interest. So treatment is one of the important aspects. This was one of the feedback probably I have given for every exhibitor specifically. Like, these are the points which they have to think. The point number 3, 1 and 2 we have talked about. Point number 3 is a logical flow in the exhibit. So it should not look like that, you have missed one chapter from a book, right? Or you have just missed one particular period or era which you have taken in a scope and you are not covering it, right? It could be a function also. Just an example, like, maybe you are talking about let's say a period from British India, and you have not shown King Edward items, King Edward stationery, or maybe King Edward stamps, which you have defined not in proper manner, or you have not given that much weightage. So those logical flow should be thing. And then for traditional and all of those things, we know that chronological is a way where you can define in terms of years and how you. Similarly, in history, how it goes, like, from top to bottom, or from start to end, how it will be. At the same time, the headlines on each page should be supporting, or maybe it should be the sub bullet point, or maybe the subtopic. It should be related to your main topic, right? I have seen, like, many of those exhibits, they are just keeping a title, the title of exhibit in each and every page. So there is no need of title of exhibit is putting on each and every page. What you have to do, you have to make the sub point of that. So let's say, suppose if you are explaining about any country, what was the state in it, then within a state, what was the thing, right? So in that manner, you have to cascade your entire exhibit. And then good balance between different parts. So it should not be like the things which is very easy to acquire, you are just showing only that. So of course, these are very based on the national and international exhibits. So probably at district level, many exhibitors, they may not be able to achieve all of those things, which is fine. And so this is one of the sample, like, how this treatment and introduction page will look like. So this is one of the example which I have listed here. And listening. Another important area of philatelic importance means, when I explained that the first point, how difficult selected area is. So let's say, suppose if any area or any topic which you have selected, and which is very easy in terms of acquiring those things. So of course, these are the questions for jury. Before giving mark, they will just check this thing. What is the significance of that selected area? So let's say, suppose if you are selecting a very small state or very small area, which is for national philately is having not much impact, right? Or it's not that much importance compared to others. So let's say, suppose if you are talking about entire India, and if it is a national exhibition in India, of course, its importance would be very high, right? While we are taking a very tiny state and talking about that, probably that will go less. And what is the significance of that area compared to world philately, if we have to compare with that? So this thing, and it's not only by selecting the topic, etc. At the same time, the significance of shown material. So let's say, suppose if I have taken let's say British India, or maybe a Commonwealth, or maybe United Kingdom. That doesn't mean that I will get a good marks here. The thing is, the materials should, which I am showing, whether they are also appropriate or not, right? So then knowledge, personal study and research, which is a very, very important, and exhibitors can make, they can score very good marks in terms of understanding that. Again, it depends on which class and which category you are, but whenever you are showing any traditional or maybe postal history, postal stationery, various type of things like watermarks, perforation, type of paper, and I would request, please mute, and I will just finish in 5 minutes, and then I will come to you. And then description of printing, varieties,
బాక్స్ ఉంది కదా,
variety
బాక్స్
type, uh, uh, and
ఏ
choice of
ఉంది కదా, ఏ చూడమ్మా నాకు యాదో మీటింగ్ లో ఉన్నాను.
uh, just a moment.
హలో
Please,
ఏమో ఒక హాఫ్ అన్ అవర్ నేను మీటింగ్ అటెండ్ చేసి కిర్చలేదు.
I would request that, you know, please.
దయ్యాలాగా కూర్చొని ఉంటారు.
Okay. So I will unmute all of you. Just bear with me for 5 minutes, and then so, and the choice of items. Choice of item is a very important. Like what type of items you are showing, that will show your knowledge. So every time it is not necessary that you have to write an entire text to explain the item. No, not like that. Your description should be precise in telling entire story about the item which you are which you have shown, which you have selected, as well as very important aspect, rate and uses of that. Even in thematic, if you are showing any postal history item, you must have to understand that you have to explain about what was the rate, what was the route, what was uses of that, if it is important, right? Not everywhere, but whenever there is any postal history item, you have to explain that. Which is not obvious, that you have to describe. Which is written already, which jury can see, no need of explaining that, because he can see from the items, right? So these are the few examples of study, how you can show your study. So of course, as this is a postal history, postal stationery related, so I'm not giving that much focus. But this here you can see that in terms of description, exhibitor is showing, like, you know, this is half Anna envelope from FPO1, which was in Peking to Scotland, operated with the pair of this thing 3 pies. Carmen, to make a correct rate of 1 Anna, because the 1 Anna rate was waiting under half ounce to a British Empire countries from this, right? So here explaining what 1 Anna was rate for this thing. So which shows that, you know, the exhibitor have done a study before towards that, what is the meaning of FPO1, etc. Here exhibitor is showing, like, why half Anna was additionally pasted, because it was for a special route. It was for via Brindisi, and this Brindisi route additional rate was effective from June 1879 to March 31st, 1880. So such type of precise writing or description about your items gives a significant impact. And you can see, like, you know, all postmarks are clear, all corners are clear. So in terms of condition, that you can see, if there is a in terms of the rate, you can see that, you know, if there is a use abroad items or similar items, we can put in the thematic also. I believe those are things. Then in terms of study, we can show, like, you know, if there is any error, we can focus on, we can put arrows. So and please note that, you know, you can change matting, just like, you know, the previous all one was in blue, but here we have in red. So exhibitor wants special focus of jury on this particular item, where he have shown, okay, this is a special item, and jury will focus on that. And please note that if there is any photocopy or any Xerox of backside, you write reverse image or image of backside, so that jury can understand, okay, this is not original item, this is a reverse image of that, right? Because I have seen that some of them, they have done a scan of this entire thing and it's not mentioned. So of course it talks of that, right? So if there is any error, they can also write. So those type of study gives a special type of focus on that. Condition is a very important aspect. Whatever is easily available, it should be in the best quality. The ordinary items I am talking about, it should be in best quality. And difficult item, best quality, best possible quality, means whatever is possible for you to acquire, that you can have. Keep in mind that there should not be any tears, missed corners, bend, stain, etc., missing performance. And rarity, again, like archival materials, and those have been given specifically, and those all are in the pre-period. And the post, of course, not required. You should not exhibit those. And in terms of rarity, the most important thing is how difficult that item to find. It's not only about money, it's also at the same time about how difficult it is. And I think those are the few examples. So this particular exhibit is in invitee class. So whenever you want, you can see that. Now I'm opening this session, and I believe I have covered this is in brief. Now, if you have any question, please ask me.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
My name is Bharati. I had participated in the exhibition, and my theme was Culture of Karnataka. Of course, both my exhibits were on postcards. I mean, picture postcards.
Okay. Okay. So, do you have any question? I can see from evaluation sheet that there is a culture of Karnataka festival and temples, and the another one is UNESCO heritage sites in India. 67 and one is mentioned. You won bronze. Yeah.
Yes, sir. That was the only material I had about that, and because it was picture postcards, I could not add anything else. Like I didn't know how. I just want to know how to improve it further.
So, let me try to open your exhibit
Yes, sir.
because this would not be possible for every exhibit. But yeah, I will. Let's take one example, and I will see, and I will try to provide feedback from this. This is India's rich culture, UNESCO. Meanwhile, if anyone have question, they can ask me. I'm just downloading that.
So this is Varun Khanna. So
Yeah, please.
actually, my question is that only that, it's a little confusing for me that, in my view, I may feel that, I'm not able to choose what material to put, because I feel that this sort of connects, and also how to reduce the material to make it sharper, and my narrative. In fact, my text is, far too much.
Right, right. And what I believe that I do remember your exhibit was one of a good exhibit, and in that case, Mr. Brown, I would suggest that there are few places where I found that duplicacy was there, or you can say there was no need of putting. So putting distinct item is the important aspect that you are
Right.
keeping. Let's say, right. So there is no need of showing it two similar type of World War II uses or this thing. If you have some other material, so the jury will think that okay, you are lacking with material,
Right, sir. So
right?
any particular example or?
That general I wrote in that.
Okay.
Another thing is I saw that there were few you also see if there is any postal notice which is relevant towards that, or maybe which can talk about this route and that route, because I do remember that in this period there was a various route was there, because
Correct, sir.
the mail was not a thing, and due to that the rates was also different.
Right.
So there is a many examples which I have seen in the George VI period. The rate was very high for envelope if it was they were going via a different route. Probably that was via Penang, etc.
Right. Right.
I don't remember exactly the route, but yeah, this was the case.
Sure,
So
sir.
and at the same time, there are examples which is mentioned like by sea, by air, and etc. That also makes sense how they were listing.
Correct, sir.
So, Bharti madam, I have opened your exhibit, and the first thing is there were many pages where you have shown only one item, right? So, as you know, in exhibit, when you are preparing any exhibit, try to put means do not have a white space. So there is a many white space we can see from. I'm talking about that the UNESCO example, and then also at the same time which particular department or which particular state they have issued that picture postcard, that also you have to mention. So it should, let's say, suppose as an Indian jury, maybe we can understand, okay, this is from Karnataka Circle or this is from Kerala Circle, etc. But from the other, let's say the jury, those who have not seen that previously, they might think, okay, it is a general picture, or what type of picture you are presenting. So this was one of the feedback for this picture postcard exhibit, and there are many. There is more than 50% of your sheets are having only one item, and the description is too much. Means there is a not that much need of explaining that thing. So your is a type of picture postcard and the maxim card, the exhibit, where you have represented this entire thing. Try to make it and more precise in terms of description, which you have written very in detail. At the same time, UNESCO heritage sites in India, by title, it seems that this will cover some of other material also, like stamps, etc. So you have to mention what you are showing. As this is the district, this was just district exhibition, so which is fine, right? But for state level, for national level, your exhibit seems to go into picture postcard and the maxim card.
Sir, good evening. It was a very good presentation that I'm seeing. Actually, I've never participated in any of these exhibits in the past. My name is Venkat. I'm a post crosser. I'm just getting into philately. I have very limited knowledge about this. So I have two questions. One, my exhibit is called Angels on the Waves. It's also a postcard exhibit. Though I've used some stamps here and there, but a couple of covers I used. So I've shown it under the one frame exhibit. One frame exhibit.
Right.
So first question is about why one frame exhibits are not considered for any award. I mean, though I got mark, though it is not mentioned in the prospectus or something. So I was not aware. This is the first time, and this you're talking about district level. And some of my friends who participated in Chennai or Hyderabad or in other places, they won award. They were given awards.
So a good question. And in the beginning, I think this was the first thing which I have covered, but I will let me repeat it again.
Okay.
According to norms, like the one frame exhibit is not entitled for medals.
No, but that is not mentioned in the prospectus.
No, there is a lot of things which is not mentioned in prospectus.
Then how do we know?
No, please try to understand this thing. Whenever there is an exhibition, many things, those are getting inherited from its parent. Parent means the state exhibition or national exhibitions of Government of India. And the thing is, for award, you can get award, means Department of Post can give you award, maybe consolation prize or maybe any award or whatever type of medal they have, which is having not any issue in that. Writing medal on one frame, that is even from international exhibition till national exhibition, that is not there. That is not a thing. So we were very careful about that while doing evaluation, and we appreciate that you have asked this question. But this was this shows that we have evaluated in a manner as a same like how it will go into your next level.
Okay.
And if you have, could you please tell me the name of your exhibit?
Angels on the Waves.
Okay, let me open that, and if you want any other comment, I'm happy to provide you in that.
Yeah. So this is the first question. The second question is about the exhibit itself. So when we show the postcards, I mean, mostly I'm a post crosser. I have over 700 postcards of lighthouses alone from across the globe. I know I was listening to your session. We are talking about the route and things like that. So when somebody who's in the current, right? I'm not collecting anything from the past. I'm not collecting the old items. I'm not into the history of lighthouse. I'm not into British history. I'm not before pre-independence and all that. So when somebody like me who's collecting something new, everything is about what is available today. I'm not buying anything. I'm asking to friends who can write to me, or there are friends who can swap.
Which is perfectly fine.
Right. So like this kind of content, how do we make an award-winning exhibit? Because I'm seeing all the award-winning exhibits across. They're talking about British history or the Portuguese history or something which is very rare.
No, that is not the case every time.
No, I've never seen anything which is current, which is winning awards.
There are many of those. So just let me if you can just open your exhibit and see,
Yes, sir.
there are many exhibit pages where you have shown only one item.
No, I've shown two items in every page. Every
Uh,
page has two angels on the waves is a theme where we have I've shown covers, I've shown
Wait,
angels on the waves.
let me share my screen for a moment.
Yes, sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now you're saying that you have shown two items. See, this is only one item,
Correct.
right? And so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In 5 places you have shown only one item. See, this is only one frame.
Okay.
Please try to understand. One frame means you already have a very less space. So
Okay.
try to make. And then another thing, another aspect here is, like this particular topic specifically is not entitled, according to my knowledge, right? According to my knowledge, again, which is very limited here. What you are showing here, it's more about the lighthouse and this thing, history about lighthouse, and you have covered so many points. In the beginning, I said in one frame, while you are selecting, you should be very selective. One frame exhibit can't be converted into multi-frames. Like in this particular thing, we can add so many items. Even in the present item I'm talking about, I'm not talking about any future items, right? That thing. Another aspect, which is, you have to show your philatelic knowledge also. So you have not listed here that, what this particular stamp was, what this particular card was, who was the issued, who have issued that thing.
Okay.
So because
because somebody told me that you should not show the backside of the card. I was not aware about it. So this being the first time.
No, which is fine. You are showing your picture of that card, but who have issued that, right?
Okay.
From where this went from, because this is a philatelic exhibition.
Correct.
So if item has that means it was posted from post office. So what was the reason for that particular postcard?
Okay.
Right.
The route, which means
the value of stamp, etc. Now these are the pictures thing. Now you just tell me how jury will understand whether those were issued by Department of Post or it's a private.
Okay.
Or it's just a picture.
Correct.
Right. So
no, all these postcards. I know that they're all traveled postcard. They have this one, but yeah, when somebody is seeing, they will not know. Exactly. Only the front side. They have to show the back side, and then, for example, some postcards will have the delivery seal on the other side also. But most of them doesn't have.
Then this is another mismatch. Like maximum you have put it in this way. Here you are showing this special cover, etc. If you are covering in terms of the lighthouse theory, which is fine, you can use that thing, that one. But again, you have to write description also of those. And when you are putting special cancellation, then there are so many things like you can use stamps. And another thing is, in one frame, like as I said, the more important aspect is your space.
Okay.
So try to
show more,
explain your story with many items and in precise way.
Okay.
Right. I believe I tried.
No, that is very clear, sir. This being the first time, and I'm also just first time I'm attending something like this as a session. Yeah.
Okay. Any other? Yeah.
So can I mix first day covers, special covers, etc. along with postcards?
In which category?
In the UNESCO World Heritage thing.
So that you are considering in thematic, right?
Yes.
In thematic, yes, definitely you can have it. At the same time, you also try to first day cover. Your theme should be either in cancellation or postmark or in stamp.
Okay.
Not as a gadget of the first day cover.
Okay, sir. And in case of culture of Karnataka, I don't think I can improve further because it comes under, because it was Sanskriti Pex, I showed it in this one. Otherwise, it comes under postcards only.
Right. And for first day cover also, there is another category which is the first day cover. So you can show entire first day cover under that category, because there we are showing only first day cover itself.
Yes, sir. I have an exhibit on first day cover, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Perfect.
I'm Ghosh here, Mr. Sharma.
Ji sir.
Yeah, this is regarding the 1854 exhibit.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to know, like, how can I improve further in national level, since
So,
this was the district level.
Right. So, Mr. Ghosh,
So-
what? Let me just open. I will give you, because we have very carefully evaluated your exhibit. Um, just a minute. So the first point is like on the frame number 2, as we evaluated that time, we found that these are the photocopies. So whenever
Yeah,
you are putting photocopy, you need to write it's a picture of thing.
Okay.
And when the item is not there, you don't need to show the photocopy of it.
Okay.
You can use photocopy only when it is the reverse side of your item.
Okay.
So let's say, suppose if any item which I am showing and
Yeah.
that is not with me, so I can't put picture of that.
Okay.
Right. This is a very important. As this was a district thing, so we haven't given any type of negative, or that thing wasn't there. Whatever was the good, we have given marks for good, and as district, so there was a much more you can say the lenient marking.
Okay.
That was the point to think. Another thing is there is a lot of single page which is only write up, no item.
Okay. Okay. No, I just wanted to convey the story. So, do you mean to put?
See, it's a traditional item, traditional exhibit. In traditional exhibit, you should not make your entire page just in a story,
Okay.
and not in a single place. There is a multiple places where you have put in this thing. There is a 5
Okay.
or 6 pages.
Okay. Okay, fine. I'll remodel the thing, and hopefully I'll put it in a different exhibition.
Right.
Thank you for your advice.
Thanks.
Hello, sir. This is Manu. So I have participated in one frame exhibit with the category of lighthouses. So I just wanted to understand the feedback on it, so you can check it out once. Because I have used only one material, that is stamp. So I wanted to know how can I improve it, what sort of material further I can use it.
So again, means apart from one exhibit in the one frame, rest all, generally speaking, they are not falling under the one frame category, because the definition of one frame is that exhibit can't be extended to the multi frames. So the subject should be that difficult, so you can acquire only one frame material itself. So your thing is lighthouse of the world, right?
Yes.
So now you tell me the lighthouse of the world is itself, you can't cover even in 5 frames. There is so much material available. So from title itself, this is not falling under one frame category, right? So this was the first point. Second point, as I say to many exhibitors, like, try to be precise while you are writing. So if you can see your page number 5, you are showing only 3 stems, right? So you need to show items, and there is everywhere you have put arrow. So means, of course, when you are writing description near to stamp, it is related to that only. So there is no need of arrow. You can use only when you want to show a specific thing within that stamp.
Okay.
Right. I believe that was it. So this particular category is not falling under one frame, because lighthouse of the world is a big huge subject, and at a district level, which is fine, we appreciate that. When you will go up, try to make it more precise, maybe particular to category, but maybe lighthouse of India, lighthouse of, let's
Sure.
say,
Anyway, sir, I would like to extend this. I mean, I would like to make it 3 frame one, so that I can, be still eligible for the medals and all.
right,
That is
of
what.
course, in future. And in last page, you have kept only one stamp. Now you see this, how even in one frame, how difficult it is to get space, and you are showing only one stamp in a page. So
Mhm.
try to put your material in the exhibit. That is the more important.
Mhm. Okay. So in crisp, so I need to add more material, and
First of all, this
I
is
need.
not falling under one category. This is the first point, because you need to have your title crisp as well as the category, because lighthouse of the world is very a generic thing, and which is falling under multi frame category, which is 5 frames exhibit,
Okay.
right? And as I explained you, like you have showing that every time everywhere which is arrows, which is not required, because jury can understand, okay, this is for this description. And so you please see, there are many exhibits, those are in invitee class. This is also one of the good chance where you can see and you can compare, like how you can improve. This is one of the area where we can learn by looking into some other exhibits, those who have won higher award. So one of my request would be that people, those who have got gold, you try to see their thing. Apart from maybe one exhibit, I think the rest, their description, their write-up is very fine. I really appreciate that. At district level, we got some good exhibit. Any other question for me?
So good evening, sir. This is Kishan from Bangalore.
Yes, yes, please.
My exhibit was titled Roland Hill 100.
Okay.
So I would like to know, I've done a 3-frame exhibit.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to know whether is it possible to expand the exhibit in terms of material, because the scope of the exhibit I've written,
Mm-hmm.
and or have I hit a roadblock because I can't expand the material.
See, according to my knowledge specifically about the runner, this subject, let me open that exhibit so I can be more precise in terms of providing feedback.
It was only the exhibit using the stamps issued during his centenary, birth and death centenary.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any more material to further add. So based on that, how do I improve the exhibit?
So again, it's a difficult question for me. Like how, when there is no stamp. So the thing is, in at district level, three frame is fine. But whenever you will exhibit in the state or national level, exhibit should be 5 frame.
Mhm.
And but there were a lot of stamps, those were issued, those were got released while there is birth century and death century of Sir Ronald Hill. But I don't have any count of that as of now.
I have used almost everything along with the stationery, except few places where the same shape of stamps were there, like the Tonga one and all. I've limited to one.
So and another which is thing, like probably you have used a same title in each and every page.
You
So
told that.
yeah, so we understood, like what at the first title page itself is sufficient, so you don't have to write thing. And subject is good. At the same time, you need to see, like what type of other material, which is like not only stamps. You can put like special postmark. You can have a like uh, meter franking on it. Maybe there is a stamps, or maybe error in stamps, or maybe some color trials in stamps. Such things you can add, and you can enrich your items. And of course, it's gradual thing. You can't make your 5 frame or good exhibit in a day. It will require a lot of revision.
True, true.
Because whenever we are entering in first time in any exam thing, right, we can't achieve higher marks in it at first shot. We need to do repetitive study and keep improving that thing. The same thing goes apply here is also.
Sure, sure.
Right. So meanwhile, your exhibit getting download, it's but I will open it. And you also have written very huge text. So philatelic importance, and which is very important. So you have to mention, you have to be crisp in terms of telling your story, and writing the description about from philatelic side also.
Okay. Okay.
Sharma sir, Praveen here.
Ji. Yes.
Praveen Shastri.
Yes, Shastri.
So I just wanted to know, sir, how to improve because right now I have done it in district level. If at all I'm going for next state or national or international level, to what extent I can improve my exhibit?
What is the name of your exhibit?
It's Painting and Painters, the World Masterpiece Explored and Explained.
Uh,
Exhibit number 1. The frame number is 81 to 85.
81 to 85. Okay, you got. Okay, nice. I remember. We have very carefully evaluated this thing. There is a very good items in there.
Thank you, sir.
So, but please try to understand one thing. It's a thematic collection.
Yes, sir.
So, in thematic collection, whenever you will go up, there is a huge competition.
Okay.
Right. So,
Okay.
how to improve means I have seen that you have done a lot of research.
I have referred nearly around 4-5
You-
books and I have
yeah,
done
you
research.
should be having doctorate in that subject. So even though if you have not received any doctorate, but you should have more knowledge than anyone else in the world.
I'm trying to do it, sir. I'm trying
So
on it.
that, and you might have seen a few exhibits. Those were in the virtual exhibition, in the world exhibition.
Okay.
World exhibit, like one of I can remember is Lion. Probably you have seen that.
Literally, I have not seen because just on 4-5 years back, I have started this philatelic
So
hobby.
it is a large scale exhibit from the world, and means it won a lot of awards. So you can compare things like how they are explaining the history, means the story of their subject along with the items, along with the
Okay.
philatelic items.
Okay.
So now this Roland Hill exhibit got on my frame, so I can just
Yeah. I will wait, sir. Not an issue. I will wait for you.
as this is not a physical thing, so it is bit difficult for me to open every exhibit at the same time. So if you are looking at this thing, right, so see, you have maintained like mostly in terms of description, you should be very precise in that, like you have written like if you go on any page, so those you try to make it crisp in a way, and then whatever type of philatelic knowledge you wanted to put related to that particular stamp, that also you have to mention it here.
Okay.
Right. So that was, although we have put it a lot of other comments, if needed, maybe we can discuss those. But in many sheets, what we have found, like half of the page which is having no philatelic item. So that was a big thing. I believe I'm moving towards other exhibit.
Good evening, sir. Good evening,
yes.
sir. I need my feedback on my exhibit, Indian Archaeological Heritage in Philately. So I understand there is a lot of text I have written, but regarding the choice of material, I have some confusion. For example, on this one, red food, there are multiple materials available. So how to choose those? I need guidance on those.
I think this is a very good question. I would say how to choose material. It's first of all depend on what type of study you have done on it, and according to you, which is the exact fit of that. So in fit in terms of rarity, in fit in terms of telling your story, in fit in terms of no duplication. Means it should not be like you are just to fill the page, you are just making it duplicate.
So for example, I'll take a red fort. So there are these some stamps are describing the inner circle of the Red Fort, like Diwane Khas and the inner sanctum of the Red Fort.
Right.
So I've tried to incorporate, but at the same point of time, there are some apart from stamps, postal stationery is there,
Right.
like aerograms were issued for a particular purpose.
Correct.
So how to miss, because when I exhibited last time also, I got some comment ki you should avoid using the multiple uh, stamps or postal stationery. So there is a
See,
confusion.
like Diwane Khas, and inside of those things, which is very good, you are just showing your knowledge, right? But if there is a image which is you can say the same type of stamp, let's say maybe after 5 years, that is also, or maybe you can write why this was, what was the occasion of that.
Okay.
So the what was the name of your exhibit, so I can open it?
Indian Archaeological Heritage in Philately.
Do you remember number?
Frame number 1, sir. I'll tell. It's 72.
72. It is under thematic.
Yes.
Right. So the first thing is you need to put it at under 5. Means you try for make it 5 stamps of the past Indian. See, right, exactly. The first is your title itself was not good. Like stamps of the past. What it mean? This is not a stamp of the past.
Okay.
What you are saying, which is everything, means you please. My advice is rephrase the title itself.
Okay.
What you are saying, those are all current stamps, and we don't have to write whether it's a stamp of past or stamps of current or present, etc. And heritage, archaeological heritage, it's a very good subject, very big subject. You can easily convert that into 5 frames, and you can put materials which you have already things. Try to put few used example also.
I have put, sir. So because again those conditions were not up to the mark, which you highlighted in your presentation also, and there was a question again for me, if it can be mix of mint and used can be included, or only I should follow the one path, either
See,
mint or used.
very good question. For any other stream, you can have it both mix mint and used. But specifically, when we go in thematic, you can use anyone because you don't have space. You don't have much space. So let me share this screen. I have opened few things.
And regarding pictorial cancellations, ideally, how much we should use in our whole exhibit?
Balancing is a very important aspect, right? So you should not make your exhibit mostly from that.
Okay.
At the same time, you should not ignore that subject, so that they can. Pictorial cancellation is also now one general comment, which is you should not overlap if items are used. You are showing used item.
Okay.
Because this is a postal exhibition, right? This is the postal exhibit, and whenever you are presenting any item, it should used item should be very much displayed. Now, what is the relevance of this particular stamp, which is very common, right? This is, you are not showing any type of error in there. You are not showing any type of block of 4, or maybe some of the specialty in it. So this thing, if you're just focusing on this Murti one, right? You can definitely show these 2 different colors was issued in that, or maybe if there is any error or perforation, the perfin on top of it. There are few examples; those were there. Some of the government department, they have done those type of perfin, etc.
Okay. So because there is a one on the Bodhista stamp that die 1, die 2, I explained there in a text. So that is relevant, or I should ignore it?
No, definitely, you have to explain the die 1 and die 2. Now you
For
will
example,
see.
here I use the multiple varieties of this one, the Shoka pillar, in the different forms it was issued.
Right.
So here one thing, there's a envelope, there's a multiple paper variety on the multiple paper variety. So can I incorporate those?
Definitely, you can incorporate the multiple paper varieties also, which will show your philatelic knowledge.
Okay.
So as there are many participants for thematic, so I will just read out that what is the breakup for them. So there is a title and plan. Sorry, let me just give me a moment.
Sharma sir, if you don't mind, can I just know? Sorry, Praveen here once again.
Mm-hmm.
Can we get our individual score sheet or any report on that so that even
So
we
individual
can?
individual marks we have submitted, and you can get your individual marks, right? Your own
Okay.
marks, like not for everyone, but for you, you can ask and you can get it.
No, how to get it, sir? That's what was my question.
No, you can coordinate with the organizer, right?
With the organizers. Okay, okay. And as I asked before itself, how can I improve? Because there were a lot of people who were
Yeah,
in
means
the queue,
from
so I didn't wanted to disturb them also on that.
I think I'm just trying my best ki how to improve. Only this is the thing. So
Then I can understand, sir. Even
and
the time is also a little late.
no, which
I
is
can
fine.
understand.
Means which is fine. I really enjoy, and this is our common hobby. So that's why we are
Yeah.
here, and it's even in evening we are just discussing. So thanks for Department of Post for arranging such type of session, and I'm really really appreciating that in the evening time Bangalore people they are getting that much anxiety to get more answers about it.
No, sir,
So
thank you very much for your patience. Actually, you have given.
That is true. That is true, Varun. With lot of patience, even they need to answer the questions, and that is great.
So for thematic philately, I will read out like you can get it in on various websites like FIP website also you can get it. But title and plan 15 marks, development 15, innovation 5, thematic knowledge 15, philatelic knowledge 15. So there is two type of the knowledge division. One is thematic knowledge, the knowledge about your subject, right? So if you are making your exhibit on, let's say, elephant, so elephant, its type, its availability, its breed, all of those things you are having that knowledge. Philatelic knowledge, the items which are putting means information about it. Condition 10, rarity 20, presentation 5, altogether 100. So this is a different classification altogether from the earlier one. So which is very well available, means on internet you can get it, those things, and the same which classification which you use. Innovation is a very important, people they have to understand, like all most of them the subject which were very common. So innovation means it should show something which is unique, and which is which is really very innovative. So try to attend few national exhibitions, try to see those how people they are acquiring. So those also one of the aspects, we get more concepts by seeing other items.
Hello, good evening, sir. I'm Revati here.
Yes, madam.
I've put up a single exhibit. I'd like your expert comments on it. A raft to icebreaker. I think 106 is the frame number. You may remember. It's
Not sick, left of icebreaker. So again, this was also not a one frame exhibit. Again, there were many such. Let me open that.
okay, sir.
Just a moment.
Sharma sir, one last question from my side. Just if you can able to tell me what are the plus and minus of my exhibit, so that I will improve on that, sir.
प्लस एंड माइनस अगर मुझे एक बार ये ओपन करने दो, देन नाउ आई विल
No, it's okay, it's okay. I will be waiting for you. You answer everybody else. I'll be waiting for it. That's it.
Hello.
It's about the paintings, paintings thematic.
Let me open.
Good evening, Sharma sir. This is Reshma here from Bangalore.
Madam, just please wait for a minute.
So not a question, just a request. If you can just
Yeah.
send across feedback to us along with the medals or in a mail, that would really help us to go through our exhibit and rectify and do some corrections in that.
You mean to say that, okay,
So
I will do
asking
one.
personally each and every exhibit, it's gonna take time. So if you
Right.
can
So
just
no,
give us
it
some
it
jury
just,
feedback,
yeah,
that will be helpful.
it's just a last thing. Then
Yeah.
maybe, you know, I will try my best. I will summarize for individual. You just take people those who want specifically. So it would be easy for me to write only for those things. And I have already noted, so I will just convert those.
Thank you, sir.
So see again, in this, what I have understood this thing. This is also a very common subject, which
Okay.
can be converted into 5 frames. So not falling under this category,
Okay, sir.
right? And the items which you have shown, which are mostly, they are used items. So whenever you are trying, as I said, you know, best possible manner, and the
Okay.
classification, which is uh, like in Galians also, you can find so many things. So subject is very huge.
Okay.
It's very vast subject.
Okay, sir.
Right. So that was my point. And as this is a district, so district level, this was a district level exhibition. So very good. We appreciate that you have participated. And, so I'm not sure that.
No,
You
that's
have.
okay, sir. I'll try to look into it and expanding it. I think basically that's what it is.
Even for, you know, one of independent point, you can create your entire one frame itself.
Okay.
Like naval warship. Naval
Correct.
warship itself is a very big subject. Means you can create only on the naval warship.
Okay, sir.
Again, try to have some postal used material also in that.
Okay, sir.
So that will give a very good impression about, like, you know, you understand about entire item, how to acquire that, how to present that.
Okay, sir.
And,
Okay. Thank you so much, sir, for your time.
thanks.
Thank you.
And as we have exceeded our times, I would request that we can close this session. And you can get my number. I'm already given those to Department of Post, and you can contact me if possible. I will try to help you.
Yeah,
Hi, sir. Sorry for last minute request. Just 2 minutes. I had displayed as a souvenir of the maiden flights. So just short, what to be done or something. Souvenirs of the maiden flights.
That was under Aerophilately,
Yes,
correct.
yes,
So it was only one exhibit under Aerophilately.
yes, sir.
So you again, I need to open it. So this is the last thing which we are taking, and then of course we will close this one. What was your frame number?
Frame number was 60 plus. Let me just give you that. I'm just opening that.
Okay, got it. So again, let me start with that. You have put it in Aerophilately category, and your description is very much used. Maybe first 2 pages you have used only for description itself, and most of the items that you are showing is special cover or first day cover. So you try to
Yes.
put in precise manner, as well as you can have some stamps if those were issued in that thing, so that, you know, it will look, so it is most looking like special cover or exhibit.
Sure, sir.
And you explain in a precise word, like, what is this flight about? And as I said, if there you are using any picture or photograph, it should be less. So you have kept it on half page itself.
Okay, okay, sir.
So just like you can see page number 3, page number 4, page number 6, everywhere you are using half page for image itself.
Sure, sir. I'll reduce that.
So
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much for accepting our request and please coming down. We hope sir has answered almost all of your questions. If there's anything that you still wish to request from sir, please do mail us at pradeep2022@gmail.com. It's also there on our, I've put it on our chat. So on behalf of entire Karnataka Postal Circle, we really thank you, sir, for making your time in this short duration, as well as answering most of their questions in maximum possible way. We really thank you for that, sir, and we thank every individuals who have participated, and we hope we have served the purpose that we have been here for. Thank you so much, sir.
okay, thanks, my pleasure, and thank you everyone for attending this session. Bye.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, thanks.
It's a very useful, informative session. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the feedback.
Thanks.
Yeah, CPMG, sir, just one question.
Yes, sir, please.
Yeah, see, as Sharma sir said, we can get the individual score sheet and everything on details. So, whom to contact and how to get it?
Sure, you can mail us, like we already mentioned it, you can mail us your requirements on samskritypex2022@gmail.com, sir. We'll
Okay.
be getting back to you on that.
Okay, that was one question. And the second question is about the how to get the medals and certificates to us.
That will be a separate team will be connecting to you over it, and who have won the medals, and they'll be dispatching it to you, and it'll be reaching your place.
Whether it will be a function or only we will get it through courier or post as such?
We have not decided on that, sir, but we'll make sure the experience is better than anything that's possible.
Okay, because see, the thing is, when you have arranged all the inaugural function and all, it has been done. It's my personal request or opinion, you can think so. You can arrange at least the award winners to arrange something, and you can felicitate them. Not only me, even there are other fellow philatelists who are my colleagues or friends, you can say anything. So even they'll be get honored on that.
Well taken, sir. Well taken. We'll definitely consider it. Please
Yeah.
allow us some time, because I will definitely look into it, and we'll see what best can be done on it.
Sure, sir. It's not only my opinion or myself. It's my request from all my fellow philatelists and my colleagues. That much I can say on that, sir.
Of course.
All are our friends and family itself. That's the reason I'm telling.
Absolutely. Sure. No issues. We'll consider it, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for attending. Hope you had a good time. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you. Bye. Good night.